Hi, and welcome to another coaching session from LeadershipMentor.com. We're going to continue our conversation about coaching for leadership success. As a review, we talked about the definition of coaching, and from a dictionary it says to tutor, to train, or to give hints to. And we also said that our focus in coaching needs to be on future success, not on past failure. So it is not a reprimand that we're going to focus solely on what they did wrong or the behavior that we're trying to change. We want the majority of our conversation to be focused on the behavior we're trying to encourage them to exhibit. So we're going to talk about three different areas when it comes to active listening. One, we want to pay attention, obviously. We want to show that we're listening, so things we can do to demonstrate that we're listening. And then finally, being able to provide feedback really as a confirmation that we heard what they said. So let's take a look. How do we show that we're paying attention? Well, the first thing we do is we respect them enough that we're going to do this in private. So we want to go to a conference room or we want to go into an office if possible, but respect them enough and show them that it's important that it's done in private. And this helps us to pay attention because behind closed doors we don't have all those distractions. If you're at your desk in a cubicle where you have email popping up and your phone ringing and people walking by, you're going to really be challenged with paying attention and making this conversation the sole focus. We also want to demonstrate really good eye contact. So not suggesting that you just make it a stare down for 15 or 20 minutes, but look at them square in the eye, occasionally look away, but we want to show that we're paying attention by where our eyes are focused. And then we want to repeat the words to ourselves. If you're challenged with being able to really focus on this, if you have a lot of things on your mind, one strategy you can use is begin to repeat the words that they're saying to yourself. So silently, you're in your head, you're just repeating back the words that they're saying, and this is going to help you bring back the focus that are just on the words that they're speaking. So how do we show that we're listening, or how do we demonstrate this active listening? Well, one way we do this is we provide them with some subtle responses occasionally. So it could be a nod of the head on occasion. It could be a uh-huh. And just show them that you're responding subtly to them, and that's going to tell them that you're listening. We can also, in a certain way, react to what they're saying by, one way, smiling. So if they say something, whether it's a little humorous or lighthearted, then we can demonstrate that we're listening by simply smiling. And then we also want to take a look at our body posture and make sure that we have an open posture, that we don't have our arms crossed, or that we're basically telling them that we're not open to what they're saying. And so again, that's just another subtle way to make the conversation go in a much more positive direction. And then finally, providing feedback. And as we mentioned, providing feedback is important because when we do that, it shows them that you heard what they said and now you're ready to respond. So we do that by asking questions. We can ask them questions that are simply confirming something that they may have said, or if we want more clarification on a point, we can ask questions from that aspect as well and get them to maybe elaborate in that area from a different direction. We also can summarize or paraphrase. So when they're done with their conversation with you, then you can kind of summarize what they said and paraphrase that. And we also, when we're providing feedback, we want to get in the habit of, rather than just simply coming to them from a perspective of telling them what they're going to do next or how to do it, if they are challenged with coming up with some solutions, and we talked about this in previous coaching sessions, but if rather than telling them, maybe we make suggestions to them. Have you thought of this? Maybe what do you think of if you try from this perspective? So we present those to them and allow them to take ownership of that. So that's really it on this coaching session. Again, active listening is so important in the coaching process, and you may want to watch this a couple of different times, and you can do some research as well about active listening. But I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you have a great day.